Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, honoured guests. May God's peace and blessings be upon you all. As the Safe Spaces Coordinator in Council, I wanted to talk just briefly about the mission of Safe Spaces, which is to proactively produce and implement legal policies and best practices with a whole range of institutions. And what this does is it prevents incidents of bias and discrimination before they actually occur. So through Safe Spaces, we've successfully implemented a range of policies at law enforcement, schools, universities, government agencies and corporations. And we've enhanced their institutional understanding of Muslims, thus creating a Muslim-friendly environment. So over the past 3 years, with your moral and financial support, we've been very successful in this endeavour, alhamdulillah. And I'm excited to present to you today some of the successes of Safe Spaces within the last year and the last 3 years. Starting at the corporate level with Blue Cross Blue Shield, as we all know is a large corporate insurance entity, we actually led a legal policy and best practice training with officials from Blue Cross Blue Shield who are policymakers at both the state and federal level. And we enhanced their policies, so now they actually have better policies. We've maintained and enhanced their Muslim-friendly policies. Our executive director, Dawood, and I conducted a training for employees and managers at a Home Depot store here in Southeast Michigan. And we collaborated on a range of religious-friendly policies. But it was nice to see Home Depot go further. They actually provided some very nice gestures for people in our community. They provide bottles of water during iftar. They provide a place for us to pray in the store itself. And I'd like to thank the Diversity Ambassador, Brendan Clark, who's with us here today. Thank you for taking the initiative. Going to an issue that is a social and moral obligation for the Muslim community, which has rarely been addressed by our community, is Muslim foster children. The Department of Human Services, which is in charge of all foster care, including our community's foster children, we actually collaborated and worked with them directly and brought them specific policies and point-by-point guidelines with ways to interact with Muslim foster children and also ways they can better accommodate Muslim employees currently working at DHS. We also designed a specific information booklet that was designed just for DHS and non-Muslim foster parents and gave them very good guidelines with how they can deal with a range of issues. And this is something that's never been done before, so we're very pleased to see that they have some guidelines now, alhamdulillah. In the past, we've also worked with a number of schools to change policies that will positively impact our children. We're talking policies such as a quiet reflection room for students to pray, halal food, Ramadan accommodation, and religious holidays such as Eid without academic penalty. And these changes happened. Some of the schools that we worked with include Melvindale, Northern Allen Park School District, Crestwood School District, Dearborn, and Hamtramck School. And it's these types of policies that positively impact and matter to our children, and they're definitely a stepping stone in the right direction for future generations, inshallah. In the past, we also worked with Oakland University to help transform a reflection room, which I'm pleased to say a year later is actively used by both staff and students, and it's the main prayer room that they have at Oakland University. And I know we also have quite a few staff and faculty from Wayne State University, so I wanted to let you in on a project that's ongoing because we're almost there. So inshallah, we will have halal food every day at Wayne State University for you to enjoy. Hijab accommodation has been a large part of our work. Given recent events in Georgia and Montreal, I know many sisters are worried about hijab issues here. So at CAIR Michigan, we proactively reached out to court systems here, such as at Wayne County Court System, to seek reaffirmation and reassurance of hijab accommodations to curtail any possible issues here. And in an ongoing effort with local law enforcement, we also worked with Hamtramck Police Department to facilitate the implementation of a written hijab-friendly policy. So now when law enforcement interact with sisters wearing the hijab, they're able to keep them on at all times. And we'd like to thank Director Muchla and the Canton Police Department. They were instrumental and pioneers for starting this hijab accommodation policy, and CAIR worked with them closely in the past. So we continue to work with court systems and correctional facilities throughout the state. Just last week, I met with officials from Oakland County Jail, and we discussed a range of religious-friendly policies, such as Jummah prayer accommodation, hijab, halal food, and also to provide some training. So although Safe Spaces is a relatively new endeavour at CAIR Michigan, it has grown tremendously. And as you can see, Safe Spaces has enjoyed significant success in a series of policy changes with various institutions and proactively challenged discriminatory policies and implemented laws that positively impact not only the Muslim community, but the community at large. An important point I want to make is once we do implement a model policy at any institution, it's then easier to have a similar policy implemented in like organizations, because they then have a blueprint or a model policy that they can follow, that they can see that works. And we see this in action daily. So the benefit of the Safe Spaces approach is multidisciplinary. We have lasting results. We continue to build an ongoing relationship with the institutions that we work, learn, and live in. And if you have any issue with corporations, businesses, schools, universities, law enforcement, please do not hesitate to contact CAIR. We are here to help you. And in the event that these proactive steps do not work, we are not afraid to litigate. Our office has filed several employment and workplace discrimination complaints, and we are not afraid to fight for your rights. So please contact myself or Lena for these issues. We've made some real progress, but obviously we do face challenges. And as your civil rights organisation, our work would not be possible without your support. So thank you so much for coming out here today and supporting us. Jazakallah khair and wassalamu alaikum.